VW Sportsman qualifying session number 2.
So, pick your golf. Let's see what the computer tells us that they are. That's the interesting bit. Yeah, we got a Mark II Golf. That's correct. Obviously, Nigel Gregson. That is not what it says on the screen, but there we go. So, dial-ins: 13.15 for the blue Golf, 14.20 for the black one.
I've seen quite a lot of these cars as well. They have inside what we know as a stage brake. So obviously, if you've got 1 foot on the clutch, 1 foot on the throttle, you haven't got 1 foot for the brake. So what they do is they wire up basically like a hydraulic handbrake for the rear wheels.
Okay.
So they can stage it with that and still have their feet ready on the clutch and the throttle.
13.42, 14.54, no help for them, so they stay put. Martin Ayton with the little Polo. I miss Homer's Revenge though, the Sirocco that he used to run. Going alongside Nigel Gregg. 15.50 target for Martin. 15.60 is what Nigel would like to see on his ET to match his dial-in. Wasn't far off. 15.79 stays 3. Martin improves by 1 spot. 16.15, but he's a little bit off what he dialed. Right, Paul Robinson, he is your number 1 qualifier at the moment with the Audi TT, and that's the Audi TT in the Kestrel lane, because we've got 2 of them here. John Gallant with Tacocat 2. He wants 16 flat.
Paul Robinson is your number 1 qualifier at the minute, and he's also your reigning champion.
Well, 14.67 is a good shout, I think. That's what he ran in Q1. He goes 71 this time, just 4 hundredths off. John finds a little bit of an improvement, 16.66. He's just got to lose the 66 now and he'll be bang on. All right, John Crawford with the Golf, 15.15. And that's Reese Taylor's Seat Ibiza. Or when I was at school, Ibiza. Until I found out how it was actually pronounced. Where are you going on holiday, Cole? Going to Ibiza. God, that was a long time ago. That was 40 years ago I went there. Oh,
40
my word.
years ago?
Yeah.
20 years before I was born.
Yeah. Yeah. Was yours a Club 1830 as well, Oz? Oh, dear. That's what it was back then. Club 1830.
So John Crawford looking for a 15.15 and Reese Taylor looking for a 15.40. We get to the line pretty much at the same time. In fact, I think Reese is going to get there first. And he
Danny Beans Lupo, 14.20 is what he wants. He's currently number 4. Phil currently number 18.
So I've just had a message off of Ian Dance. Thank you for getting in touch. He says that we actually used a hydraulic handbrake in front-wheel drive to preload the transmission and cut down on breakages, which makes a lot of sense. And some of us use it on the front, some of us use it on the rear. So there you go then.
Right, Lawrence Clark with the Golf, very kindly loaned by Tom Herbert. Going alongside Jerry Sadler with the Beetle. Lawrence is going to get there first. Gets there in 14.48, moves up from 16 to 13. No improvement for Jerry though. He stays put. 1587 is going to be on his timing slip. So Tom Circuit. On the back window it says, "I'm Tom, it's my birthday today." Well, if nobody else wishes him happy birthday, that's because probably we didn't know, but happy birthday, Tom. Going alongside Steve Metcalf. Dialing's in. 18 flat for Tom, 1638 for Steve. $16.57, that should move him up. Yeah, 20 to number 4. Big move there. And also Tom Circuit moves up. 18.53, finds a couple of places. Karen Waterhouse with the Audi TT. 15 flat dial-in. And it's Caitlin Wilson, 17.05 with the misdemeanor Havoc Beetle.
Caitlin, another one of these ex-junior drivers, choosing an odd route up the ladder. Usually you see them go in something like Pro ET, but she's chosen VW Sportsman. And from what I've heard, she's having a blast as well.
Well, not only that, there's a lot of family history with that Beetle, so
Oh, yes.
it was natural that she would be in this car.
Well, actually, I know what her other car is that she's going to have bringing out shortly. That's going to be quite exciting.
So Karen, big breakout, nearly half a second there, 14.52. 17.41 there for Caitlin. All right, Reese Finney with a Lupo, and of course Lorraine Large, the nurse in the Beetle. Massive dial-in adjustment from the previous run, no surprise. Well done, Trev. So what's Lorraine got for us this time? It is a 60. You should have left that dial-in alone. Never mind. 1676 on 1658. Reese Finney goes up from 20 to number 3 with that run.
On the back of Justin Foley's car, it says, "Guess who's back?"
Ah, yes. Red Dwarf, the Golf, because I think he was in a Skoda before.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I think it's because he's back in his normal car.
Right.
But then he did have a Golf Estate for a little while.
He's going up against Jordan Clark in the Day Glow Yellow Golf. Probably one of the easiest cars to find in a car park.
Or from space.
So Jordan looking for a 16.50, Justin looking for a 14 flat.
One of them's going to be up by a fair old margin. Yeah, 15.82 on the 14, not quite going the way Justin wanted it. And it was a breakout for Jordan. A quarter of a second too quick. There she is. 14.50 with the Passat.
Well, Hazel didn't make it out for the first run, and I've seen that the other Passat is entered, but I didn't see it in the first round. Obviously, that was Rob's car.
Yeah, well, he's a street eliminator, so that's a little bit.
No, he's entered in VW Pro.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so because it's VW
sorry, I
Pro
didn't
car
realise.
as well.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately he had a busted valve, push rod back at Easter, so I don't know whether they got it fixed in time. 14.50 goes 14.59. Well done, Hazel. Polly, nice run too. 16.52 on a 38. They all look very, very happy in both lanes. Well, mildly happy.
Bruce Harvey with the Greenpeace Golf. And it's Andrew Clark.
Racing family. Up against Bruce Harvey. He's looking for a 17.68. Andrew goes red by 03.
Thing is, Andrew Clark did the Darling Day in a Range Rover.
Yeah.
So it's totally different to what he's driving on the track now.
I think Ashley did the Darling Day in this, didn't she? Yeah.
Proves he can drive anything.
Oh, look at Bruce Harvey. 1768 with a 5 on a 1768 Darling. That is your number 1 qualifier.
Next, 11.99 or quicker. All sorts of interesting cars coming up in VW Pro this season. Have you seen? I can see the Ben Macy's altered.
Oh yes, I have. Yes.
Very, very tasty indeed. It'll be really fun to see what that can do. With a little turbo engine in it.
James Hodson then with the Mark II Golf in the Kestrel beer lane looking for a 10.65. Danielle Coppin with the Golf R looking for a 12 flat.
Yeah, James Hodson is long gone. Still 10.89 at 130. Stays at number 4. Danielle actually moves up 1 spot to number 7. I'd love to know what they were thinking when they came up with the concept for this car.
I don't think they were.
No, you're right. You could well be right. It's like, right, we've got that thing laying over there, we've got these tyres, we've got this axle, we've got this engine, we'll build it and point it straight at the Christmas tree as well, I might add.
Oh dear.
Oh, he actually did a wheelie!
That was good. Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Well, he's been 1187 so far. All been well. He'll go way under that. Oh, 1209, 113. Looked like he was on a real good charge there.
13.19 in the other lane.
Now, RB Tether's got a little message on the back of a card. I think it says happy birthday to Just Tom.
To?
Just Tom.
That's to Tom's circuit. I would have thought.
That was one wheel spinning definitely for Chris Waterhouse, not the other. 10 flat is his dial-in. Here in the Kestrel lane, that was a good looking run as well. 10.36 at a huge 141 miles an hour. 12.88 for Abby.
I've just realised as well there's no Blackcurrant Racing this weekend. Surprised they're not out. With their electric Beetle. So Chris Poyner with the Green Goblin looking for an 11.30 in the turbocharged Beetle against Graham Fairhead with the Misfit VW Type 3 looking for a 10.50. Both of them bunny hopping away from the line. $10.89 and 11.27. No improvement for Chris, but Graham moves up to the number 8 spot.
Yeah, breakout by less than 0.02 of a second there. So Chris, slight adjustment next time round, and could hit his number bang on.
Ed Keach with Tangoed. The Golf, looking for a 12.15. Well, that's a much better launch than I saw in the last run.
Good looking run all round. 12.72. A half second off stays number 4.